At last I am free! After many years of slow dial-up, through T1s and T2s, at last the nefarious Dr. Streaming is back to wreak chaos. Of course, chaos needs to be wreaked. How do I do it? How do I destroy all that dratted physical media? But then last year it started with Horrorween. This year I have my own slimy, slinky Horrorween materials, and I will weaken their resolve, at which point all the physical media will be destroyed into streaming. This is Horrorween 2019.
So we're back in to another episode of Horrorween.
Yeah.
So, I guess all that's left right now is just to wait on the evil streaming lord to give us a call.
The evil streaming lord. Okay.
Yeah.
He got an upgrade.
Well,
Hello, chumps. Look where I am.
well, he's like there. You see him?
Where?
I don't see him.
I don't either.
I see a wall of DVDs, but
It's hard to see anything else past that.
yeah, well, that's the better view.
Yeah.
Technically, yes. I am sitting right next to you. But because I am made of pure streaming, you can only access me through a streaming device and media. As we all know, the internet is eternal.
Yes, and everything on the internet is true. We all know this.
Well, one thing I can think of, access to streaming devices. Ew.
Do what?
Who watches streaming devices?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I tend to watch what's on the streaming devices, but I never watch the devices.
Everyone needs a hobby.
Well, some people are critics.
Well, enough of that craziness. Today's movie is going to be Death Kappa. A little bit of Japanese flair for you anime perverts. Get in and watch it. Right now, I want to review.
Well, if anything, he's adding to our collection.
Yeah, calling us preverts though.
Doesn't look like an anime.
No, it looks pretty freaking weird. And I am worried that it's from the producers of Tokyo Gore Police.
Woo!
Hello.
I love that film.
Okay. Good
Well,
times.
let's take a look.
Oh, well, that certainly was something. It's wrecking the living room right now.
It is indeed something.
So, Death Kappa is a Japanese film by the people who brought us such films as Machine Girl and Tokyo Gore Police. Two excellent films, by the way. This is about a young girl who is going back to her hometown in order to, what's the word? To be with her grandmother.
Well, yes.
And then her grandmother gets killed by some pretty reckless individuals.
Assholes.
And they went out of their way to show that
Yeah.
these were assholes.
I don't mince words. They were assholes.
And then so she inherited her grandmother's legacy of protecting the Kappa.
Yes.
Which, for those of you that don't know what a Kappa is, it's sort of a kind of a turtle bird thing, more of like a turtle thing that's
an anthropomorphic turtle goblin thing there, associated with rivers and marshes and other aquatic environments. The plate on the head is not supposed to become dry, sort of thing. And they're usually considered relatively mischievous rather than Death Kappa, but...
Well, this one was a Death Kappa, but,
Yes.
you had to do some bad things for it to become a Death Kappa.
Yes.
And for some reason, it also involved a couple other odd things, like a force that plans to retake Japan and attack the United States, and then a kaiju battle.
Yes. Yes, and for a while there, you kind of think you tuned into a different movie. It's interesting. And then, the young lady, you didn't really go into the description of just how screwed up this thing is. Okay, this girl goes home to visit her grandmother. She's thinking fondly of the past and all this stuff. She sees her. Oh, my son, hey, how's it going? And my grandmother sees her and smiles, and then these assholes go tearing by and hit her and kill her. And they're just like, oh, it's just an old lady. And then they tear off, and then they knock the Kappa shrine off of the cliff. And I love the special effects of the Kappa shrine going into the ocean.
Well, let's talk about the special effects. There are some very fine models used in this particular film.
It's only a model. Yes, they, after our viewing last week of House, I would say that this one is probably similar in terms of the realism.
Yeah.
But
the Kappa suit wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a lot of expressions on the monsters.
Right.
Which reflects in Tokyo Gore Police and Machine Girl Yuki. They were pretty...
Right.
I mean, they had some interesting effects on those suits.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for, like, realistic CGI and special effects, probably not here.
And then, of course, we must mention the soundtrack. The chief female character is apparently was attempted to be a pop idol, and apparently it didn't really take off in Tokyo, so she came home and to find that certain individuals really love her stuff, and particularly the Kappa loves her song.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a kind of messed up song, very cute and charming, and a very, very upbeat and poppy and kind of messed up lyrics, and I love it, and it's great. And when they do the tinfoil release, they need to make sure they have the soundtrack.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Gintama.
Death Kappa for Cutie.
There's some songs in Gintama like that as well.
Nice.
It does have a lot of humor, a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor,
Yes.
a lot of zaniness going on.
Yep.
And I'd say the biggest drawback from it is it really confuses itself identity-wise.
Yeah.
I feel like it wants to be one thing, then goes to be another, and you kind of get lost in it for a while.
And then, in all the absurdity, and if you thought nothing could possibly be crazier or more absurd, there's an appearance in the film by Hideaki Anno, the director of Neon Genesis Evangelion, Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water, Shin Godzilla,
Yay!
and the actor who did the main character in The Wind Rises. All that pedigree. And he shows up for an acting gig here.
Hey, Death Kappa's got a pedigree.
I love it.
The only other thing I say is like the battle at the end goes on for a long time.
Yeah.
I was finding myself nodding off a little bit towards the end at the kaiju battle.
Yeah.
Especially waiting for Death Kappa to come up and try and save the day. It was like, okay, so...
Here he comes to save the day.
But I'd say if you like kaiju films and that sort of thing, especially the kind of cheesy ones, like the cheesy Godzilla films.
Kind of cheesy.
Yeah, I think Death Kappa would definitely be appropriate.
Indeed. So, Dr. Streaming gets a pass this week, I think.
Yeah, so what do you think? As compared to Night of the Lepus?
This one didn't put me to sleep.
Yeah.
I nod off a little bit just because I'm so damn tired, but, film itself was fun.
Yeah. So would you say so far this is the top one?
Between the two, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to wait till next week to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.